When you think of Lotus, you think of pure sports cars. The company has been obsessed for 60 years creating the lightest and most agile handling cars, such as the Exige S here. But now, they've made an automatic. You know, I've always thought of Lotuses as a bit of kit cars. You know, they've sort of put together a bit rough, and the interior definitely reflected that in the old days. But this is actually quite nice. I'm really impressed by how well all of this is put together. This leather is beautiful to touch, and everything inside feels very sturdy. And of course, there is no manual gear stick here, so I've got a lot of knee room. But you know what? I'm not really sure if a little bit of space is worth the sacrifice for this automatic gearbox. The Exige has always used the 3.5 litre V6 out of the Toyota Orion. Now, of course, in this case, it is supercharged with 257 kilowatts of power and 400 newton meters of torque. It'll do 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds in this automatic version. And speaking of which, the 6-speed gearbox in this is indeed also out of the Orion. So, it's not a dual clutch gearbox, and that is a bit of an issue for a sports car like this, but it doesn't mean that it's that bad. Now when you're on the go, the gearbox really does come to life. You really hammer it into a corner and then you brake heavily, and the downshifts are quite superb. Like every Exige before it, of course, there is no power steering, and that means that the steering is directly connected to the front wheels. That gives a lot of feedback, and in some cases that can catch you out because the amount of force coming through the wheel moves the car around a bit. You have to hold the wheel with both hands at all times, but that makes for a really exciting drive. We're out in the Hunter Valley here in rural New South Wales, and the roads here aren't exactly what I would call perfect. Nonetheless, I'm actually quite surprised by how well the Exige is riding, and that's a big deal for a car that's meant to be all about track. You know, what I love most about the Exige is the sense of speed. I'm only doing 60 kilometers an hour here, but if I get up to 100, it feels like I'm doing about 250 in a regular car. The cars you have to think about when buying the Exige S is the Porsche Cayman or Boxster and the Alfa Romeo 4C. Now, this is more related to the 4C than the Cayman just in terms of how it's built and how it drives, but compared to both those two cars, this is the proper driver's car. This is definitely not an easy car to get in and out of, but it is a Lotus, and that means it's about pure driving enjoyment. And for an extra $5,000, you can get this in an automatic gearbox. As I've said, it's not my favorite thing, but if you do need a daily drive, you could probably get away with it. However, if you're a pure guy and you want to get on track days, stick with the manual.